Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. To invent, you need a good imagination and a pile of junk. I never did a day's work in my life. It was all fun. There's a way to do it better. Find it. I am not discouraged, because every wrong attempt discarded is another step forward. We often miss opportunity because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. What you are will show in what you do. The three great essentials to achieve anything worthwhile are hard work, stick-to-itiveness, and common sense. I start where the last man left off. Just because something doesn't do what you planned it to do doesn't mean it's useless. The first requisite for success is the ability to apply your physical and mental energies to one problem incessantly without growing weary. Restlessness is discontent, and discontent is the first necessity of progress. Maturity is often more absurd than youth and very frequently is most unjust to youth. The best thinking has been done in solitude. The worst has been done in turmoil. The value of an idea lies in the using of it. Discontent is the first necessity of progress. Your worth consists in what you are and not in what you have. I am proud of the fact that I never invented weapons to kill. Nearly every man who develops an idea works it up to the point where it looks impossible, and then he gets discouraged. That's not the place to become discouraged. Anything that won't sell, I don't want to invent. Its sale is proof of utility, and utility is success. The doctor of the future will give no medicine but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame and diet and in the cause and prevention of disease. What a man's mind can create, man's character can control. Show me a thoroughly satisfied man, and I will show you a failure. Waste is worse than loss. The time is coming when every person who lays claim to ability will keep the question of waste before him constantly. Results. Why, man, I have gotten a lot of results. I know several thousand things that won't work. I find my greatest pleasure and so my reward in the work that precedes what the world calls success. The chief function of the body is to carry the brain around. There is no substitute for hard work. Everything comes to him who hustles while he waits. I find out what the world needs. Then, I go ahead and try to invent it. Hell, there are no rules here. We're trying to accomplish something. To have a great idea, have a lot of them. Non-violence leads to the highest ethics, which is the goal of all evolution. Until we stop harming all other living beings, we are still savages. Time is really the only capital that any human being has and the only thing he can't afford to lose. I have friends in overalls whose friendship I would not swap for the favor of the kings of the world. When I have fully decided that a result is worth getting, I go ahead of it and make trial after trial until it comes. To do much clear thinking, a person must arrange for regular periods of solitude when they can concentrate and indulge the imagination without distraction. The thing I lose patience with the most is the clock. Its hands move too fast. I never did anything worth doing by accident, nor did any of my inventions come indirectly through accident except the phonograph. I owe my success to the fact that I never had a clock in my workroom. We don't know a millionth of 1% about anything. If we did all the things we are capable of, we would literally astound ourselves. The body is a community made up of its innumerable cells or inhabitants. There is far more opportunity than there is ability. We are like tenant farmers chopping down the fence around our house for fuel when we should be using nature's inexhaustible sources of energy: sun, wind, and tide. The reason a lot of people do not recognize opportunity is because it usually goes around wearing overalls looking like hard work. When you have exhausted all possibilities, remember this: you haven't. If we all did the things we are capable of, we would literally astound ourselves.